So nature is doing so much, we are not able to understand. Did we keep the nature? No. But how the nature is taking care of us. So this is the lesson we should derive. And all sorts of human efforts are only to the extent of initiative. So if you want to become a sort of a genius, or if you want to become any sort of a great personality, like spiritual scientist, or an industrialist, or a big educationist, or whatever it is, so or a Brahmarshi Patriji, or a great Buddha, you can succeed or supersede them also. There is no barrier for wisdom, and wisdom is not anybody's property. All are same. We are all of one feather, and we are belonging to one tree at all. Everyone is same. There is no difference at all. So the karma is there. That is the fundamental principle. You have to start a good karma which you want to achieve. So the Karma Siddhanta is a very a beautiful ladder for us to reach the unachievable things. People think that, well, what can we do? We do not have any resources, this and that. Resources are not with you. You remember that you cannot have the resources. Resources are already available thing and not in your hands. You have to only use it, that's it. You are not the owner of that, or you are not the person only to use that. The whole universe is using that. All of us are entitled to that. So the wisdom also is the common property, and the achievements are all common. So what we are supposed to do? Our own karma. Karma Siddhanta is a beautiful, a concrete path for happy life. A concrete path. All other paths are shaky. All other paths are non-concrete. But this sort of yogic path and karma siddhanta we have to lay, and it will give us a sure, short, happy life. There is not even iota of doubt of that. So, my dear friends, so we should understand karma siddhanta as early as possible and get into that. Okay, and out of that, one leaf I am taking today. Karma siddhanta is a very big subject. It requires at least minimum 3 to 4 hours for that. One half a day I will devote for in our class. In 5 days course, I devote more than half a day for dealing in this subject. Karma siddhanta is very basis for our happy and a sort of sorrowless life. That is the concrete path we should understand. So out of that, a small subject I am taking out of that today for giving it to you in this 1 hour or 40 minutes like that. My dear friends, let us understand, without karma we cannot live. So we are disqualifying ourselves if we do not do karma. We can't afford to be lazy. Lazy fellow has no place in this earth. We will definitely, as soon as possible, decay like any dry fruit. It will decay. That's it. It will vanish. That personality also will vanish. That is Nityam Kuru Karmatvam. Karmajya hi akarmanaha. Sharira yatrapi na prasiddhayet akarmanaha. So bear it in mind. Akarmanaha, those people who do not work are losing their journey of body. Their body will not sustain. It will decay. So that's the reason Karma Siddhanta we have to follow. Understand very eloquently and very in detail. Okay. Now, the first and foremost thing is karma should be without violence. Without violence. So without violence we should discharge all our duties, all karmas. Whatever you do is a karma only. We are doing numberless karmas, uncountable, numberless in fact. Lakhs and lakhs of karmas day in and day out we are doing. So all these things should be subjected to only one theory, that is called non-violence. Dharma palana. So you have to follow dharma while doing your karmas. That is the greatest principle. If we want a sort of a free life, if we want to be a free mind, that is chinta rahita manasu. This is what we want. Chinta Rahita, Shoka Rahita Jivana. This is what we want. So this sort of sorrowless life, is the target of this karma. Karma Siddhanta brings you a sort of sorrowless life, provided you understand properly. The same karma will put you in cycle of miseries. The same the topic is also going to put you in troubles, and if you understand properly, it will remove you from troubles. So both ways, karma siddhanta is available to us. Anyway, that we will understand in detail later. But now, one important point is that first you let us understand non-violence. No blame game. All this karma we should do without blaming anybody here or getting blamed or blaming somebody. There is no place for any sort of violence of that blaming game. How? We will just check up. There is no place for violence in this karma. What is that karma? Non-violent karma is called nishkama karma. Nishkama karma means no expectations. The karma which is having no expectations is nishkama karma. My dear friends, are you able to hear me? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, because one-way traffic should not be there, isn't it? That's all. So there is no place for violence. Whatever you do, it should be done without violence. Nishkama karma, that means desires. I want this, that's why I want to do it. Many people with such the sort of a result they go for. Otherwise, why should we do? That is the question in the modern or in the current society. Prapanchika dharma is nyaya, it is called. What is that? Nyaya. Nyaya is give and take. So if you have some result, you will be able to do that. You work with somebody and get some money. That is for our daily needs. That is nyaya here uh, in this world. Bhuloka nyaya it is. There are four kinds of lives. What is that? Only taking. That is anyaya. In Bhuloka it is not permitted. Only taking or any loka it is not permitted. Okay. What is that? Only taking. And give and take, nyaya it is. So it is permitted here. Give and take. When once you do some work, you will get some result. Okay, fine. So result is okay with you. Okay. So then that is not going to serve your purpose. Again, you will have to go on working in order to get it. When you will stop receiving, when you are self-sufficient, that will not ensure you. You go on giving and giving and taking, giving, take. This is endless game. Okay. You will never be self-sufficient. Suppose if you want to be on better self-sufficiency, then you should start only giving. That's it. Then you will be having more and more. That is a rani of the karma siddhanta. So what is that? Only giving. There is no taking at all. Only giving and not asking any result. Nishkama karma, this is called. What is that nishkama karma? That is the dharma palana. That is called dharma. It will give you results also, but those results you will not be expecting. You should don't ask that, you will get it. If you ask whatever you desire, that much only you will get. Normally, any man does not know what he wants, but he thinks that he knows everything. That is illusion. My dear friends, we don't know what we want, in fact. Whatever we want is only confining to the material. Nothing more than that, it strikes in your mind. You want only one bicycle, one car, one house, one this, that. But what you want is different. Actually, man needs so many other things, but he doesn't know that he needs those things. In the absence of spiritual life, that is disappearing. Actually, man needs a sort of a good co-working, a good wife he wants, in fact. Good children they want, the good friends they want, the good atmosphere they want. These are all things they want actually, but they don't forget about it. And they'll ask, I want money, I want dhan daulat. That's it. I want that, purchase this, that's it. But he loses all happiness in the absence of a good son. He doesn't know. He needs a better life in the house also. Everything starts from the house. So for that, Karma Siddhanta stipulates that Renunciation is the methodology for getting a sort of happy life with you. A happy wife, if you want, you have to be on spiritual life, because the goodness cannot be purchased in the outside market. You can't purchase a good wife. You can purchase a wife, but not good wife. You cannot label anybody or good husband you want. You cannot find out what is good. In fact, you don't know what is good. How you can get a good husband? So these are all invisible sciences. These are all the things what man wants, but he does not know how to go about it. Here our spiritual science plays its role. Here people should know that unless we know the spiritual sense, we cannot be happy. For happiness, whatever seen or whatever articles or whatever our wants and desires are not going to help us. What is required is that we want reward in the life. Results and rewards, both words are there, my dear friends. For all karma ensures either result or rewards. You do anything, you will get a result. Understand? But when and where you don't know. That is the uncertainty. So that is the reason why you keep doing karma. Otherwise, you will stop doing karma. So that's why we are not supposed to know what type of result you want, but you have to do the work. But every work, whatever you do, will have a result 100%. If not today, tomorrow you will get it. Or if not tomorrow, day after tomorrow, or next month, or next year, or next life also. That is called prarabdha karma. It is there. But when once you seed the seed, you will get the plant. There is no doubt about it. Some plants will come after immediately after 5-10 days. Some plants will take 1 month. Some plants will take 1 year. Some plants will take 10 years, like coconut tree. So, my dear friends, we all have to remember that we should keep doing, and we don't ask any sort of result. So only giving, kindly keep it in view, and whatever to come, it will come automatically. You don't bother about it. Whatever you give, it will come back to you. This is the Karma Siddhanta. When I deal with that, I will explain further about this. Now, for this, if you want result, you will get only result. If you don't want result, you will get a reward. Reward will not be in kind and shape. It will be invisible. You will get a good partner in your life, either wife or husband. You will get a good son and daughter. Good person is invaluable asset. He will keep you happy. He will keep the entire universe happy. Such a person is required, not a person with karotpati, kuch bhi nahi janta. Nothing is going to happen. Even karotpati himself is not happy. It is not that money is not required, no. Money is required, but keep doing something good. Earn money, spend money, always. Give. That's it. And don't expect. If you don't expect, you will get reward. Reward is not just like a result. Result means if you give 10 rupees, you will get back, if you ask, maximum 15 rupees with interest. But if you give 10 rupees and forget about it, then you will get a reward of 1 lakh rupees by way of either a good work or good wife or good son or a good promotion you may get, or whatever it is, which you do not know, you will get it. You don't aspire, you get it. This is the effect of rewards, and this is the effect of nishkama karma. That's why we should keep doing freely. But you don't think that nothing is going free or nothing is going without any result. Only thing is that it will not be in the know of our knowledge. We don't know, that's it. Because if we know it, you don't do it. Whatever you get it, then further you will stop. That's the reason. So the whole universe is running on like that. The whole uncertainty is only the divine making. It appears and disappears and reappears. All the nature is like that. Any event comes and goes, it will disappear. All the good, whatever happens, will also be rewarded accordingly. Even if you don't ask, also it will come back to you. Okay, so that is the thing. So only giving, and top of it, no giving and no taking, like God in the temple. So you would only give the dana is important. So the Nishkama Karma demands to donate your knowledge to them, okay, so that they will develop like you. So this is the most rewarding work. See, the rewarding work you should ask, not result-oriented work, okay. So Nishkama Karma leads to rewarding work, and it is always associated with non-violence. Okay, any karma is okay if it does not incur violence on anyone directly or indirectly. So this is called dharma palana. Okay, no hurting others. Then including the doer, even you should not hurt yourself. You should not feel bad when doing some work. You are giving 1,000 rupees to somebody as a help, but should not think in the mind that I am losing all my thing like that. And you should not curse the receiver. Okay. With ill will, you should not do anything. Even if you do anything, that ill treatment of your own action, it will reflect back to you on the same lines of so a sort of himsa to you also. So you also should protect yourself. Okay. So there is only meditation, nishkama karma, and results and rewards we have discussed. Now, any violence, physically, mentally, or verbally, attracts law of karma. Non-vegetarianism is violence on animals. Okay, so non-violence also is a part of this. And animal kingdom attracting law of karma. And while doing karma, the principles, there are two principles are there. Now, today's lesson, the whole class is around this. Kindly understand that universe is like a garden. So your work should be as if you are doing in a garden. Okay. Karma should be done in a garden. How? When you are going to a garden in your own town nearby, in your own city, you will have some gardens nearby your house. So off and on or sometimes some of you will be going to the park, the garden, Udyanavana. We are all going to some parks, isn't it? So in the park, just like that, park is a beautiful garden, place to enjoy. You have to assume this whole universe is, his whole universe is a garden. Here, technicolor garden is there. Here, so many species are working. All are moving around. So many plants, so many things are there. These are all wonderful, a sort of a big, beautiful garden. Assume that you have gone to a park. What are you going to do in a park? If we go to a garden to enjoy and return, yes or no? You see the slide. We should not pluck any flower and avoid being caught up there. That is what important. So in the garden, what we have got several beautiful flowers. Every flower is of very high attraction. Looks very beautiful to the eyes. Like every flower, just you like it, you cannot cut it and pocket it. It's very dangerous. To understand. What the gardener will come and he will ask, oh my dear master, you have cut the flower. There you see the board. The board says don't pluck the flower. And you have infringed it. You have cut the flower. So you have done a sort of a punishable act. So you will have to pay some fine or some sort of, they levy some sort of fine on that. Then you will be first retained there. You cannot go back because the gardener says you wait till you pay money, whatever stipulated for that. Then normally this man will ask, oh, how much of money I should pay? He will say, sir, I don't know, my boss will come. When he will come, I don't know. Then what about me? You be here only. See, a lot of inconvenience for you because of your cutting the flower. You don't know when you will go back home also. So that is the problem when you are going into the park and do something untoward thing, You are not supposed to cut here. You have to actually be careful not to trouble anybody. Similarly, in this universe also, kindly treat it as a garden, and every one of us is a beautiful flower, and don't hurt anyone. If you hurt, then you will have to pay back for that. You will get Same thing. Whatever you do to somebody, same thing will come back to you. Don't hurt. Then what you can do maximum in the garden without cutting flower, only see and enjoy. And then if you want to help, you water the plants. If you have any drinking water left with you after drinking, any water is available in your water bottle still, you water that on the plants, So then the gardener will be coming and say, thank you, sir. You have done a great help to me. Please come tomorrow also. See, the plants will be enjoying the water and they grow further. So you have done a very progressive work, developmental work you have done. So such kind of work you should do in this world. If at all you help others, otherwise keep quiet. Don't touch them. Don't interfere with them. All are flowers, my dear friends. So kindly understand, we are all flowers. We are all having same kind of sort of pain and gain. We are no different. So kindly don't hurt anyone. Treat them everybody as a flower. You water the plant. If you have water, you do it. Otherwise, if you can help, you help. Otherwise, don't help. Nobody is dependent on you. Everybody has got his own source of energy with them. They will work. They are also given equal brains. All are equal in all aspects. Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. We have learned it in the previous class. Everything is complete. He is not short of anything. He can also do that. So your help is not necessary. But if he asks, you have to help. Dharma is not to help. Dharma is not to help anybody. And don't make them dependent on you. That is dharma. Then what is that? Suppose if that fellow is not able to come and ask you, he is such a position that he cannot open his mouth or feel unconscious or whatever it is. Then you have to go and help. That is called apad dharma. What is that? That dharma is different. That is also dharma only, but it is only in times of crisis. Crisis management is an exception of the dharma palana. So, my dear friends, we should give only wisdom to others, not in kind. Unless in rare cases where they need it, you can part with. You can be good Samaritan. You can be good Samaritan in times of crisis only. Otherwise, you will be interfering with their life. They are suffering for want of their own clearance of karma. Why are you interfering in that? Let them undergo their lesson. And they will come out beautifully out of that lesson. Are you able to hear me? Hello? Hello? Are you able to hear me? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah, fine. Okay. Right. So, my dear masters, you should know what is dharma and what is apad dharma. Apad dharma is that you have to go intervene. You have to intervene and help the other people out of rule. Understand? What is the rule? Not to interfere, not to help anybody, which makes him dependent on you again and again. What we should give? We should give wisdom to them. We should advise them to earn money for themselves, to make house for themselves, to make whatever he wants for himself. That is the Vignata. That is the dharma for us. We should make everybody learn the lessons. That is dharma. Not doing something else. Not showing your own goodness or your own greatness. Don't go for that. Don't become a good person on these lines. Wishing to be a good person is not dharma. You have to discharge your duties. That is automatically becomes good. Okay, it is like that. Nistraigunya bhavachana. Traigunya vishaya veda. Nistraigunya bhavachana. Nirdvando nitya satvastho niryogaha atmavan. It's very clearly stated to all the humanity. Don't be after all these attributes of your mind attributes, mind trends. Kindly be conscious or cautious of your own mind trends. Okay, mind trend always is looking to somebody. That is what is happening. Kindly align yourself to self in order to check your mind trends. Understand? Okay. So now we are treating the whole universe as a garden from today onwards. And we are not going to hurt anyone, including our own housemates, including your own father, parents, husband and wives, sons and daughters, relatives, whoever it may be. All are flowers. Don't hurt anyone. You are my son, I can shout you. No, it's not correct. My own son, I can shout and hit and whatever I do. No, no, please. These are all strictly prohibited under the Dharma. So, this universe we treated and we water them in the plants like in the park, The similar way we help the people when asked. And help yourself always. Don't depend on others. When asked, you should help. Understood? And when in apad dharma, that is in times of crisis, you only have to go. Okay. And you help on your own if it does not incur any violence on anybody else. That is the parameter. No violence, directly or indirectly. That is the parameter of dharma. Okay. Then, afterwards, what next? So when once you cannot be there only for long and for permanently, you can't go. You cannot fight there. Are you going to park to fight each other? No. You have to feel happy and come back. You have to return only. You cannot stay there. You are not allowed there. That's why in this universe also we have to vacate. If we are not here for permanent residency here, no. మన ఇల్లు అక్కడ ఇక్కడ కాదు. కన్నడ, in Kannada there is a proverb, ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವುದು ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿರುವುದು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ. Here we are only for nothing, we have come here. Actually our house is there. Okay. So that's how we are going to be here for a small time. Garden, how long you will remain? For some time only. Afterwards you go home. So we have to go. And in between you have to enjoy the life. Yat kincha jagatyam jagat. Yat kincha jagatyam jagat. Everything we have to enjoy. That's all. Okay. Tena tektena bhunjita. But don't have a sort of feeling of ownership. You are not the boss here for anything and everything. You are only a tenant of the house. Your house is not there for you. So this is where how we should live our happy life. And then after once this garden is, you are coming out, then you have a vast playground. There is a playground is there. You have a playground, Maidanam, Ata Maidanam. The whole universe is a playground, my dear masters. You should assume the whole universe is playground. The whole Bangalore city, whole Hyderabad city is a playground for you. Or the whole world is a playground for you. In the playground, assume a football ground is there. We are giving some example here. Football game. In the football game, how many players will be there? There will be 2 teams out there. Each team has got some 10 or 11 members. This also 11 members, like this. 2 teams are playing against each other. What is the goal of each and every one as a team or individual? What is that? Making a goal with a football. Yes or no? So, common goal is there for everyone to make a goal. Here in this universe also, our goal is to be a sort of free, sorrow-less life. Sorrow-less life we want. We want happiness. We want ananda. We don't want to come back again. We want dukkha rahitya and we want janma rahitya. Both targets are there. We have to enjoy it here without getting hurt here or hurting others. So this is our goal. We want to achieve something big. Okay, that will be useful to the whole humanity. Fine, good. So we have that sort of goal. So everybody has got happiness as the target. Even if you do the achievable unachievable things also, that is leading to happiness only. Okay. So ultimately the happiness is there. Happiness means blissful life. Okay. So that blissful life is the common goal here in this universe. In the football game, making a goal is the target there. So while playing in the football game, somebody will come and take away your ball. Yes or no? That is the play. You are playing your ball and somebody will come and take away the ball from you. What are you going to do? Are you going to catch his collar? Are you going to catch him and give a slap on them? Are you going to apply violence on them? No, because it's the game. So there is no violence there. Here also in this universe, you are interacting with so many people. All are your own team members. This is a big game. Somebody will come and take away something, whatever he wants. He may stop you, or he may obstruct you, or he may shout on you. Something will happen. Some sort of, according to his knowledge, he will do in order to be happy for himself. Everybody is fighting for his own life. Yes or no? So he will take an examination. He will come top. But you have also taken examination, but you did not get. Then you are hurt. Then what are you going to do? Are you going to catch his collar? No. We are not supposed to cause any violence, whatever may be, on others or on ourselves. Are you going to be sorrowful when you miss the examination? No, you should not. If you are hurting, you don't know how to play. So that's the reason. No violence, please. Whatever happens, you should not hurt your mind. That is the target. You should be happy now. So in the football game also, though he takes your own ball for his own game, there you are not hurting him. You are not catching. Suppose if you catch his collar, what happens? Then the referee will come and say, you are at fault, not that fellow. Who has taken away the ball, he is not at fault. The people who are obstructing that or this, and you will be out of the game. You will not be allowed to play. So you lost the game once for all. Then you cannot become again, you cannot make a goal. So here in this universe also, whatever happens to you from the other side, kindly understand that they are doing it for their own life with the available knowledge there. They are also supposed to do without no violence. But they do with violence, fine, because when once they are not having that sort of knowledge, they will do something. But having knowledge on your side, what are you going to do? You are also hurting them. That's not correct. In football game, if you hurt, who is at fault? You are at fault, and you will be sent out. So here also, if you are causing violence on others by way of whatever it is, on whatever reason can be anything, and you will be the victim of that violence, and you will be out. If you are out, you cannot do anything. Your goal is incomplete. That means again you have to take birth in this universe. Again you have to take birth and again start playing your own goal. And second, and next, if you go further, in the football game, what happens? He will take and he will make the goal. And they will say you are losing the game. But again, you learn things. Actually, when once the goal is taken away by somebody, you have to learn how it happened. It is a teaching for you. You have to learn more game and then play. In this universe also, if you are facing some sort of a minus point, or you lose the games, or you lose your whatever tasks are there, they call as a failure in the societal words. There is no failure, there is no success. Only complete work, incomplete work. That's it. So now the work is left incomplete. You are feeling very sorrow here. That's not correct. Then you will be out. If you are troubling your mind, you are out. Don't trouble your mind and feel elated by that. Okay, what happened? Let us learn things. Mind is ready to learn. So you should learn the better game. Similarly, you should learn the game how to complete the work given to you efficiently. Yogaha karmasu kaushalam. Follow the yogic path, you will be more efficient and you will have more game and you will achieve your goal and you will be winning the game. You will have to win the materialistic world. It's a game. In this game, if you find fault with somebody, you are out. Like in the football game, if you find fault with somebody who are coming in your way of putting the goal, you are not supposed to blame other player. So long he is within the rules. Understand? So if you are catching him, when he is in the rules, you will be out. Actually, he will come and obstruct your play. What is to be done then? You have to learn more game and try to face him. That is the lesson. If somebody obstructs you from your work, you should learn more expertise on that work and then win over him. If somebody is not liking you, don't feel ill about him. You try to learn more about the dealings, how we should go about the work, increase your efficiency, learn something more, and then win over the people. That is your intellect, actually. That is your role. Wherever you are not treated well, you have to improve your own conduct or your own way, and you apply a better sort of work and then win over them. That is important for us. And the winning or losing depends on performance, your performance, not others' performance. Your performance is going to judge whether you win or lose. That's how we should discharge in this universe. So we should not blame. If you blame, you are out. At least you be in the game, in fact. If you are in the game, at least you can make the goal sometime or the other. Because you are not out of the game, you are in the game. That's the reason in this universe, please be here. Don't lose heart. Don't get depressed. Don't go on a sort of depression. No, please. Don't think that you are at failure. No, never. Be there. Don't lose your heart and say, I can't live, I will suicide for myself. I am unable and I am a useless fellow. I can't help myself. I cannot take care of my children, my wife and all those things. They are all blaming me. All these things will be there. That is all the game. You should not be out of the game, first thing. For that you should learn. The habit of learning is important for that. Something is happening in the house, you have to learn how to avoid it. That is the game. But not blaming the others, no place. If you blame, the learning will stop and further improvement will stop. So don't blame others. Everybody is fighting for their own life, kindly understand. Everybody is like you. Some people may have learned something more. Some people may not have access to that sort of knowledge. So they may behave differently, but kindly develop yourself to a larger extent. You know the rules of the game first. Some people may not know the rules of the game. They may miss and they will fall down. They will shout at you because they don't know the rule of the game. In the game, you should not trouble others. You should not mistake others. That is the rule. Within the rule, that is the rule. But some people in this universal game, they may not know that and they will surpass that and cause trouble to you. But you should know your own, that game, universal game rules, you should know first. That knowing is called the lifestyle you should know. You should know the yoga way of life. You should know Nishkama Karma. You should know non-violence. So these are the rules of the game here. As the cricket or football game has got certain rules to play. So those rules, if you are knowing, you will be very happy and you will win over that football game. You will make a goal perfectly. Without knowing the rules, if you enter, you will get defeated. Nor sometimes you will behave irregularly and get yourself out of the game because you don't know the rules properly. In this universe also, my dear friends, there are so many players are there. Everybody is playing their own game for their own goals. Don't mistake them. But some people may not know the rules of the game. They may encroach upon you. That's a different issue. At that time, you must know the rules and you contain that, and you should not be out of rules. To have your character, to have your achievement, your goal is very important for you. It depends on your conduct, not somebody's conduct. So kindly know the rules of universal game. What is the rule here? In the football game, there are a set of rules. They know, the football players, they will come to know. Without knowing the rules, they will not go to play. Here, universal game, what is the rule? Nobody knows. Simply they started playing. Nobody knows. In this game, everybody takes birth and start living. They live according to the directions of their own parents. They live the life only based on somebody's hearsay. Whatever people say, we are going on doing that. We don't know ourselves what is the rule. The people who are guiding you also, they don't know rules. They also follow the same thing when they take birth. Who knows this universal rule? Anybody has gone through. Fortunately, now we are given that kind of rules. All this knowledge has come through our great enlightened Master Brahmarshi Patriji. We are getting the text of rules of this universe. Ahimsa paramo dharma, that is the wonderful rule here. In this universal game, only one rule is there, non-violence. And second rule, nishkama karma. Understand? So as far as karma siddhanta is concerned, nishkama karma is the wonderful rule. Everybody has to follow. And then no violence is to follow. Then how these two things you will get to know. So only one methodology. You be in meditation for half an hour every day and your mind will be trained in these two things. Your mind will be trained and your self-wisdom, self will be sitting in your mind, and take your life totally through these two, meditation as well as nishkama karma and no violence. So my dear friends, only one rule mainly is no violence. Yataha abhyudayaristreyeskara siddhis tato dharma iti uchyate ahimsa paramo dharma iti katitaha. Ahimsa parama dharma. So kindly follow non-violence in our universe. Universe is either in the house or outside the house. Both are same for us. All are equal. Don't think that your people are out of these things. They also have same pain and gain. So don't boss over on anyone. Everybody wants freedom. As you want freedom, your people also want freedom. Freedom means being in non-violence. All freedom is subject to non-violence. If freedom crosses the non-violence, it is not a freedom actually. It is only imprisoning themselves. They are putting themselves into a sort of restrictions. This freedom turns into restrictive way if you are following no non-violence. So non-violence is the top dharma for us. Dharma palana is being non-violent. So kindly have a lot of patience, forbearance, patience, and keep doing a sort of guidance. Learn things. Be a yogi. Tasmat yogi bhavarjuna. Gnanibhyopi matodikaha. Even Pandit also is not supreme to me. Karmibhyasyadiko yogi. No, who does karma siddhanta, who is an expert in that also is not. But all these things will be superseded if you are becoming a yogi and you will be leading 100% you will be the achiever of the unachievable blissful life. So this is the way how we treat this universe. So to summarize this, be friendly to all. Don't overtake anybody. Don't hurt anybody. Don't hurt. Follow non-violence in the house and outside the house. Treat it as a garden. All are flowers. All are beautiful flowers with all their mistakes. Okay. With all their errors. It is not error free. No. Nobody is error free here. All are alike. All you should tolerate all the mistakes. All sorts of things. Whatever they do. They may do with ignorance or with wantonly also. It depends on their wisdom, on their intelligence. You are not responsible for that. So don't be unhappy with what they do. If you know that, you kindly guide them. Otherwise, you can remain aloof. You can only observe and try to advise. That's it. You are not responsible for somebody's wrong. So you don't trouble and disturb your mind. So keep your own goal always on the target. And if somebody asks, you kindly help. If they are not in a position to help, better you go and help them. No problem. But don't unnecessarily interfere with somebody in the wrong ego of becoming good in the eyes of others. You are leading your life, not other lives. Kindly understand. So, this is the way of happy life. If everybody follows this, everybody will be happy. There is no question of you are making somebody happy. They should make themselves happy. They should stand on their own legs. They should also realize, everybody should realize on their own and then be happy on their own. If it is coming from somebody, it is not permanent. So, my dear friends, spiritual science says that everyone is equally important, everyone is equally great, everyone has to learn things, and we should also treat everybody as God because of equally. But playing is different. While playing, somebody may apply, may not apply, but they are capable people. For that, we should be friendly. That's all. And go on wherever it is needed, you advise. If it is not asked, don't advise. You follow for yourself. That is your dharma. Okay? So it does not mean that you should neglect everybody. There is no question of negligence. You have to be always friendly. That is the important. You remember this. You are a friend of the globe. There is no enemy for you in this globe. Kindly remember that you are in a beautiful garden, all are flowers. So there is no question of ill-treating anything else. You have to water everything, every flower. No. If you can, you advise everybody. You are the advisor of the whole world. You are the good Samaritan for the whole world in times of crisis. Okay? So there is no question of any disparity here. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Foe and friend, both are same for us. Okay? Dharma and apadharma you should know, difference. Dharma means conducting your own life. Apadharma means helping others in times of crisis. So these are the 2 points which we have to implement in our life to become a yogi. Okay, masters? That's why we call no blame game. No shouting on others. Why are you shouting? We are not here to shout on others. No abusing, no getting angry. How? Why are you? What is the authority for you to be angry with others? In what way they are related to you? You have no business with others. They have their own business. Why are you unnecessarily interfering? No, please. So no anger. Only you can advise, you can speak. That's it. So all these kama, krodha, lopa, moha, mada, matsyaryas, all six will dissolve in meditation automatically. You need not work out on that. Be in meditation for half an hour every day. All these evil emotions will dissolve. You need not work. They disappear inside. 100%. The same thing. Now Buddha this. In many of the stories of the Buddha's life, many stories go on to say, once Buddha was doing meditation, somebody came and asked him, what is that you are gaining out of being sitting simply without any work? You are becoming lazy, nothing more than that. He questioned. Then Buddha said, yes, you are true. I am not doing anything. Okay, but I am not lazy. No, I am doing something inside. What is that? I have just my mind is getting purified. That's it. What is their impurity? Oh, I was having 6 impurities in me. What is that? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Vadamasa. All are dissolved. That's what I did. I have cleaned my mind by being simply, without thoughts. This is called meditation. I want you also to do. That was his reply. That is the reason I am not angry with you, though you have disturbed me. So that was the nature of advice he gave, and all those people who heard him became his disciples. He did not give them anything. He did not give them any money or some such thing. No gold, nothing. He never gave anything, but he gave only the methodology of gaining wisdom. That's it. Methodology of dissolving all this ill will, ill emotions in one's own heart. Okay, my dear friends, the wonderful these things are there which we have to follow for lifelong. Okay. So when watchman was there who was meditating, that watchman was to take care of the houses in his duty, So every day he is supposed to para hushar like that, night times. But he night one story. They are the real thieves actually. Who are the thieves?